God bless all you people on YouTube and on Facebook. God blessings to you, blessings to your family. Hope everyone slept real well last night and you got up in your right mind. A lot of people didn't. A lot of tragedy went on last night, and we seeing that all through the news. Well, I thank God for this message that's going to be preached, and we give God the glory and the power to give this message to you all, that somebody would receive it. I'm not here for no offering. I'm not here to be seen. I'm here to give you some life tools to help you to make it through this life, especially if you're younger. If you're older, you should catch on really quick to this message. We're going to go deep this morning, and here's the thing, like I said before, if you're a fakey person, this message is not going to be for you. If you don't receive God at all, this message is not going to be for you. But if you believe in God, maybe not, you may not be the smartest, you may not know every scripture, you may not know where to find Hosea in the Bible, but you do know that it's something powerful than you that's making you get up in the morning and making the trees grow and the sun shine and the moon shine at night and the rain and the things that grow for us to eat. We have to know that is a God. So we're going to go deeper. Now you got to grab your mirror, because we talked before that you have to look in that mirror and know that you're looking at two people. And the Bible's talking about, when you look at Ephesians chapter 3, verse 16 through 21, God is giving you a nugget right here. He's giving you the lifeline to go into heaven. Now, do we know whether it's a heaven and hell? No, none of us that's listening to me have died. So we don't know whether it's a heaven or hell, but I'm going to play the odds that I want to be a good person. So if it is a heaven, if it is a hell, I definitely don't want to go through hell. Most of us live enough hell here on earth. So definitely when I die, I want to go to where my soul is at peace. It's at a joy. It's steady living. This is why I said there's life after death. So you want your soul to be living. And the only way that God can get that is through your heart. He's not going to get it through your Lexus. He's not going to get it in your big home, your apartment, your nice job, or your bank account. He don't care nothing about what you wear. If you got your hair, nails, and feet done, God don't care about that. What he care about is your heart. And then we're going to read this real quick so we can dive in, because with so much meat and potatoes in here. Let's look at Ephesians chapter 3, verse 16 through 21. I might not get to 21 because I'm going to stop. It starts off, I pray that out of the glorious riches, meaning that God is rich in everything, knowledge, wisdom, money, he'll provide for you. You got all the houses and land and all the tea in China. He may strengthen you with power through his spirit in your inner being. Somebody say inner being. So that Christ may dwell in your heart. In your what? In your heart. In your what? In your heart. Through faith. I pray that you're being rooted. Here we go. Being rooted and established in love may have power together with all of the Lord's holy people. That's church. To grasp how wide and long and high and deep is the love of Christ in you, and to know his love that suppresses knowledge, that you may be fulfilled. You may be fulfilled to the measure of all his fulfillment of God. My God. Let's stop right there. I want to play a game with you. You have to play it. Do me a favor. Close your eyes for me. Come on. Close your eyes. And not out loud, just in your mind, hollow out, I like fried chicken. Loud as you can. Don't say it. Say it in your mind. Did you do it? Okay. Now hollow out, I like fried chicken, and whisper it in your mind. Did you do it? That's where we want to go. Just imagine your husband or your wife came home and said, honey, I bought a lie detector test and let's play a game. And I priced them. They're about $149. If someone would ask you to give me your deepest secret, I guarantee you probably not going to tell them. Why? Because that is a relationship that you want to have with Jesus Christ. I don't believe no one should air all their laundry out to no one, and not even your mama. And most of us listening to me now know you haven't told everything about you. I find my right hand if you can't find yours. There's things you done looked in the mirror and you said, why did I do that? I'm a mess. You told a lie about you made 20-some dollars an hour and you know you only made 11 at this job. If you can't find your right hand, I'll find mine. Have you ever watched children playing? Your children or your grandbabies, and how they going in there and play. And you hear the little boy in there, and I'm going to kill him. He got to go up here. Don't get attacked. Run back here. You see, now who is he talking to? He's talking to his inner being. He's putting the game together. Daddy, you want to have tea with me and Sarah? No, Sarah's sitting there. In their imagination mind, they're talking to their inner being. What makes them happy? What makes them have fun? The inner being is not a physical like your physical. Your non-physical is your inner being. Your physical is your flesh. You see my hands moving? That's my flesh. I can make faces. That's my flesh. That's my physical being. My non-physical being is in my mind, my emotions, how I feel, how I get mad, how I get angry. And what God have done, he have put that in us of love and peace and joy. That's how we start off. That is a moving soul in us, just like the heart. That's why God say you have to look at the heart, because we can't not look at the outer appearance, because if that was the case, God wouldn't have moved none of the men in the Bible up. Abraham cheated on his wife with Hagar and had a baby. That's fornication. That's adultery. Come on, somebody. Moses killed a man and ran to Midian. God used him. David looked up at Bathsheba, that wasn't his wife, got her impregnated, and then when that didn't work, because he was going to tell a lie that it wasn't his baby and blame it on the husband when he invited him back home. But Uriah had so much love for his men in the army, he laid on the porch, and he didn't lay with his wife. So David had him killed. Have you did any of those things we're talking about? The lady at the well, she didn't receive Jesus Christ. He talked about the water, the drinking the water. If you drink this water, you'll never thirst no more. You know, he asked her about how many husbands she had. And he said, you lying. You had a lot of husbands, but they wasn't your husbands. So he uses people in the Bible that have done bad things. So with us, don't worry about the bad things you've done. Make sure your inner being is in love and joy. And when you start operating with your inner being, my God, in love and joy and peace, instead of letting it be in chaos and road rage and angry, when you get them both of your inner being and your physical to agree on negative things, there's going to be a crash. Your inner being have to be the person that say, no, you shouldn't do that. Come on, you know that. You shouldn't throw that rock. Don't throw. You know your mama going to get you. That's that soft voice that's talking that you have talked to early in the morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, crying because you wasted all your money, and your mama your mama borrowed you $200, but you went to casino and blew that money. Now you still don't have no money to pay your car payment. And they talking about come get the car. So you're sitting on that bed talking about what I'm going to do. Your inner being is upset because you didn't make right decisions with your flesh. So that's what you're dealing with. That's what make you go into depression when you start going against your inner being. I know you're pregnant. You're 18 years old. You're sitting on the bed. You're crying. You haven't told anyone, but your inner being and God knows what you're going through. So what you have to do is do right. Tell what happened, get this behind you, and move on. If you're sitting in jail and you don't know why you're in there, maybe you've been falsely accused. Maybe you did do it. So you have to connect with your inner being and believe that God can deliver you like he did Paul and Silas in the Bible, or Peter and Silas in the Bible. You have to get a connection with your inner being. I know this video gonna be a little long because I just wanted you to grab on that this is your lifeline to making it to heaven when God can reach your heart. Do I know how you go to hell? No, I never died yet. You never died yet. We don't know if it's a heaven or hell yet, but let me play the odds of believing in this Bible that God is real, like I know he's been in my life. A couple things happened to me over the weekend. I went fishing and I was attacked by a bunch of mosquitoes and nets. I mean, I've never seen nothing like that. I've been honest, and I'm an outdoor person. I go fishing down in creeks and with rocks and down up under tunnels and stuff. I go fishing, and I've never been attacked like this with the mosquitoes and gnats. And then yesterday, a guy got behind me in the car. Him and a woman got behind me in a little truck, and they kept trying to push me like they were trying to push my bumper in the back of my car yesterday. And this went on a couple of miles. And I tell you, road rage wanted to come out of me, but my inner being connected with my physical and said, physical, no, because the congregation, your family members, your co-workers, people that know you is not going to hardly believe that what you're telling is true. The judge may not believe you. So you don't need to get involved with that. I got away from them people and I probably never see them no more in my life. That's why you have to be connected to your inner being. Well, Pastor, what do you think about all these shootings? Well, the Bible talks about it. We're in the last days where men will become lovers of themselves. Can't tell the difference between men and women. People will be angry and more abusive and more violent. And we're right at them days. Don't care about killing you no more. Kill you over a drop of a hat. I'm telling you. So if we're right at them days. So God wants you to connect with your heart to be a good person. That's how simple it is. Connecting with your inner being. The inner being that you know you haven't told your wife everything about you. You know you haven't told your husband everything about you. That's your inner being. That's the personal relationship that you need to have with God. God knows it though. He know all your secrets. He know when you're telling a lie. He know when you're going to say something bad out of your mouth. So your inner being have to be a person that connects in between you and God to stop your flesh from doing anything, if that makes any sense. There's things that I want to do that I know I would love to do, but I can't because my inner being has been so produced with so much God in it that when I want to do something, my flesh may want to do it. My inner being intercepts and say, you can't do that. Filter your life because you have to filter because no one else will. They just going to say, did you hear what happened to such and such? My God, then you have to face Jake. You have to do time. So don't let nobody tell you they punk you out. You need to get a gun and go over there and do something about that. Don't let people do that because that makes your inner being weaker to your flesh and you'll end up waking up the next morning behind bars and telling yourself, why did I do this? So listen, connect to your inner being so you could be strong. If you faking in church, stop it because God is he's viewing you. He know your inner being. Like you sitting there with all them secrets up in church, what you used to do. I know you're on the praise team now, but that don't mean that you used to go with Joe and Robbie at the same time and had a baby by one of their best friends. You didn't tell that. So let's get connected to our inner being. My God, you know that you used to drink all the time. I know you're a deacon, but you have to connect to your inner being. Pastors, if your wife would ask you to get connected to a lie detector test, would you agree? First ladies, if your husband wanted you to tell everything and hook you up to a lie detector test, would you agree? That's what I'm telling you. You have to connect to your inner being with God and get that right. Repent to God with your inner being. Let your inner being run your flesh, not your flesh running your inner being. You know you should get out of that bed with that married man. He's married. You know you should get out of bed with that married woman. She's married. You have to be careful because your inner being will allow you to do things wrong if you be stronger in your inner being on doing wrong than it is doing right. And I do believe that could be one way that you could go to hell. because God can't live in something that's not holy. Do that make sense? Well, God bless you. I hope this word was good for you. God, man, got me sweating on the forehead. The word is so real. So be real with yourself. Don't let nobody influence you to do anything that's negative. You delete some people out of your phone. Hide yourself if you're getting delivered off of drugs. Get away from them friends. Find a good, stable church somewhere where a pastor gonna tell you for real. If you need a little help, get in a church that they can get help, and then they can see that you're prospering and growing in the ministry. That's what life is about. I'm not here to take nothing out of this world. I'm here to leave something at this age, and I want to leave you a nugget and a good word from God. And God gives it to me, and I give it to you. God bless you all. Have a beautiful Friday. Spend your money wisely. I love you all.